bonsoir. C'est la même chose? Oui? Okay. My name is John Dumelo, and I'll try as much as possible to take my time to explain. Sometimes when an Englishman is trying to crack jokes in front of French people, they don't laugh. So I would entreat you all to laugh after every 5 minutes so that the 15 minutes is up. But anyway, thank you so much. Yes, I am an African actor. I'm a Ghanaian actor. I'm from Ghana. And I have acted, or I've been acting for the past 20 years. I've won so many awards in Ghana, in Burkina Faso, in the US, in Nigeria, in Europe, so many other things, or so many other places. But there's one thing that struck me. Over these so many years, as an actor, you are able to get a following. Now, on social media, I'll probably say I have one of the highest following in Ghana. I have 5 million followers on Facebook. I have 2.7 million on Instagram, and so on and so forth. But after a while, you ask yourself, what are you doing with all these your followers? How are you inspiring the youth of Africa? And so a few years ago, I got into agriculture. The reason why I got into agriculture is because I realized that every single day people eat. Every single day that food must come from somewhere. Every single day, everybody in Africa eats. But the sad part is that whenever you're going to buy food in the supermarket or even in the market or somewhere, most of the food is imported, which is wrong. So I said to myself, we have sun, we have soil, we have rain. So why can't we produce things in Africa? Now, I started with 3 goats. Now I have over 400 goats. I started with 2 cattle. Now I have over 150 cattle. I started planting maize on 10 acres of land. Now I plant maize on over 300 acres of land. The reason why I'm saying this is because when most of the youth in Africa think about agriculture, they think it's such a big thing. They think that they need so much money to start. But the truth of the matter is that you can just start small. But when you start small, you have to be able to think big. The sad part of Africa is that of all the land that we have, we only use 2% to farm, which is wrong. Yet, we still import a lot of food. Imagine the land that we have in Africa, yet we use 2%. Yet, we have everything. We have good weather for the next 12 months, which make up a year. But then when you go to Europe, or you go to Asia, or you go to other countries, they only have good weather for just a few months, 5 or 6 months. Yet, those are the guys that we buy food from. And we have land, and we have everything here, yet we don't farm. The reason is simple. The youth these days are moving away from farming, which is wrong. When you go to most of the places that they farm, it's the elderly people who are farming. How can we, as Africans, attract a lot of youth to farm? Mind you, the population of Africa is going to double in the next 30 years. That means you have twice the amount of people to feed. The food must come from somewhere. We must feed our people. Let me give you the statistics. When you go to Benin, they spend about $900 million a year to import rice. When you go to Ghana, they spend about $500 million to import rice every year. When you go to Abidjan, it's $700 million. Now guess what? Take a look at Mali. Imagine if Mali was producing rice. That means that every single year, at least Ghana, Benin, Ivory Coast would buy rice from Mali. That means we can make, we as in Malians, today I'm a Malian, so I'll say I'm Malians. We can make over $2 billion every year because we are selling rice to Ghana, to Benin, and to Abidjan. So the market is there. As we speak, $35 billion is used every year to import foodstuff into Africa. By the year 2025, that amount is going to be $110 billion. That should tell you that the market is already there. People or African countries are waiting to buy farm produce. So what exactly are we waiting for? Let's encourage the youth to get into agriculture. It's simple. Let's start small. But at the end of the day, think big. Here are some few solutions. 1, let's work smart instead of working hard. Let's stop going to the field and saying, okay, we have one hoe, one cutlass, and so we are farming. That's not going to work. Let's get machinery. Let's sit down and say, what is the effective way to produce maize so that Kenyans can now buy maize from Mali, Ghana can buy tomatoes from Mali, Nigeria can buy onions from Ghana, and so on and so forth. Number 2, it is very ideal, and the best way is also for us to intertrade within ourselves. Let us, as much as possible, to buy goods and services from other African countries. That is the only way we will grow. If we do that, we are going to empower ourselves, we are going to empower our economy, we are going to empower our currency, and we will empower each and every one of us. And that is what will make agriculture great again. Ladies and gentlemen, my view is very simple. Let each and every one of us here start a farm. It's easy. There's land, there's sun, there's water. Go and start a farm now, so that in 2025 or in a few years to come, people will be buying food from you. The thing about agriculture is you have to be patient. It's as simple as that. A lot of the youth these days, they get into agriculture or they think that when you get into agriculture today, after 3 or 4 months, you're going to make money and then boom, that's it. No. Agriculture takes a lot of sacrifice, it takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of smart work, and you have to have passion for it. At this point, I would like to say that I am a farmer. You can also be a farmer. Let us make agriculture great again. Thank you very much.